Juan Brito is 5'11", 202 pounds. He's 22 years old with the Cleveland Guardians. He was born 9/24 in 2001 in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. I'm going to let you guys break this down. Ross, would you like to break down the stats on this one?
Sure. Yeah, so Juan Brito started his career actually going back in 2019 at the DSL level at age 17. Showed really good plate discipline, walking more than he struck out. Really good numbers across the board. Again, it's DSL, so I don't put a ton of stock into that. He followed that up after the COVID break in 2021 at the rookie level, again putting up solid numbers, really good plate discipline, which is one of his calling cards. I'm just going to call that out. Only 3 home runs, 5 stolen bases. Then last year, walking more than he struck out at the single A level, he had a 286, 407, 470 slash line with 11 home runs and 17 stolen bases. Doesn't look like speed is going to be a big part of his game, even though he had those stolen bases. Fast forward to this year, his 21 age season, he was getting some helium this year. In fact, there was a lot of people saying he was going to be, a big breakout. And I think he sort of reached that level, sort of. I don't think he was the big breakout that people were expecting him to be. But overall this year, he slashed 271 with a 377 OBP and a 434 slugging percentage. He walked 78 times and struck out 88 times. So again, really good plate discipline, only striking out in 16% of his aggregate plate appearances. And he did that across high A, double A, and he had a little bit of time. Most of it was at double A, a little bit of time at triple A. So he really did move through the ranks. What I think you can expect from Juan Brito is some pretty decent power and really good plate discipline. Yeah. I don't think you're going to get a lot of speed from him, but those are the makings of I think, a major league caliber second baseman.
For sure. No, I agree. Like you said, he has good plate discipline. I think he has a little bit more power than someone like How You Lee. But he's a switch hitter, so it's always a toss-up to see what that'll look like once he gets up to the majors. A lot of switch hitters tend to struggle. But man, he's, like Ross was saying, he got a little helium this year and he kind of broke out. But then he's kind of just building on what he's always done.
Yeah.
So who knows? He'll start the year off in AAA, and they got a pretty good second baseman in Cleveland already. So might be hard to fit him in, but certainly possible. That's sometime maybe next year.
Yeah, and he'll be 23. He'll be 22 years old all of next year. So he's got plenty of time to figure this out and see what Cleveland's going to do at second base. Obviously, you got the blocker there, so thank you for bringing that up. My big concern here would be the caught stealing. I'd like to know what is happening right there. He's been caught stealing 24 times, and he's stole 41 bases. That's interesting to me. Why they either are sending him still, or if he just has a free pass. Is he fast and doesn't have the timing down? I really like looking at the stolen bases stuff because I just don't understand it. Some guys are just talented at it, and some guys are slow and they're talented at it.
Well, and you got to remember, for minor leagues and prospects, they might just want them to run to learn how to steal bases, and they don't necessarily care about the results. Fangraphs grades him at a 35 speed.
Okay.
So obviously he's not a burner, but it might just be something in the Cleveland system where they want him to work on it.
Is that 35 out of 60?
80.
It's 80. Okay.
Yeah, scouting scale is 20 to 80.
28. Thank you. But yeah, the power looks good. Walk ratio to strikeout ratio looks good. I don't have anything bad to say about him. I think he's a lot like How Yuli. I think he's very safe.
One thing I would add here is that he might be the victim of some bad luck too. He's got his BABIP has been pretty low, so there is potential that even though he had that kind of breakout we were talking about, that it was stunted a little bit by bad luck. So
Maybe.
just another little tidbit to add there. We'll see a couple of those guys in here. I would say he actually doesn't project all that well by STS's standards. And some of that of what they're seeing in his ranking is he got bad luck. And he was 21, and he made it up to AAA. So that's promising as well.
Sure.
One last thing I would add on here is he garners a comp to a former top prospect, Lonnie Chisenhall.
Loved Lonnie. Man, Lonnie was a go-get-em for a long time.
He was known for a sweet stroke. Didn't quite turn into major league production, unfortunately.
That's a fun name to talk about. I really liked Lonnie Chisholm for a lot of years. He was also a Cleveland Indian at the time. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yep.
That's a fun one. I like it.